前節最後諦めなくて結果ついてきたよ。今日もそれやって最後まで食らいつこうぜ。
Hello and welcome to the NOEVIR Stadium as league leaders Vissel Kobe play Nagoya Grampus on a day when the home side can create history by becoming Japanese champions for the very first time. After Yokohama F. Marinos, the defending champions were held to a goalless draw by Albirex Niigata yesterday. Vissel Kobe find themselves needing just 3 points from their last 2 games to claim that elusive first J-League crown. And that man there at the back of your picture, Yuya Osako, will be so key, the J-League's leading scorer with 22 goals. Well, they've waited a long time, they can feel it, they can almost taste it, but that J-League crown may well be just 90 minutes away. A win here for Nagoya Grampus sees the job done. Otherwise, they will have to go to Gamba, Osaka next weekend to finish the deal. It's not going to be easy though. Nagoya Grampus, a side that might have seen a promising season fizzle out of late, but who still have an outside chance, remember, of snatching a place in the AFC's new Champions League 2 competition if they can win their last 2 and seal a top 3 finish. Well, the atmosphere is absolutely electric here, not a seat to be had inside the stadium. Nagoya Grampus well represented as well by their travelling support. Not too far a journey, just 166 kilometres separating these 2 cities. These 2, remember, drew 2-2 in Nagoya back in May in J1, but it's actually the 4th meeting this season, having also met twice in the League Cup, including a 2-0 win here for Nagoya Grampus. Well, Takayuki Yoshida sticks with the same 11 that kicked off the win at Asian champions Urawa Reds last time out. Left-back Yuki Honda began his career at Nagoya Grampus, while central midfielder Takahiro Ogihara made just 2 appearances for Nagoya in 2016. Gotoku Sakai, who's played most of his career as a fullback, continues in his new central midfield role. Sasaki, Ide and Muto support J1's leading scorer Yuya Osako, who again lines up at centre forwards. Hayato Shimizu is the man in charge of this one, 39-year-old referee, taking charge of his 21st J1 match this season, the 68th of his career. He will be helped out by the VAR, Tetsuro Yoshida, and his assistant. Well, despite losing at second bottom Shonan Balmare in their last game, Nagoya Grampus also remain unchanged, so the favoured back 3 remain in place behind a midfield 4 where Torio Kubo starts for the 4th successive match, having previously struggled for games this season since joining at the start of the campaign. Nagai and Izumi play in behind the Danish striker Kasper Juncker, who scored 14 goals this season, including one of them against Vissel Kobe back in May's 2-2 draw. Vissel are certainly back on title-winning form. They dropped only 2 points in their last 5 games. Takayuki Yoshida's side looking to be in a kind of run of form that should see them across the line as he tries to usurp his former club, Yokohama F. Marinos, to the title. Kenta Hasegawa knows how to win a trophy or two. He guided Gamba Osaka in 2013 to the J2 title, and then the following season to the domestic treble, where they swept up all 3 trophies. A quite remarkable managerial feat. As of yet, he's not been able to repeat that success with Nagoya Grampus. And should they miss out on the top 3, it will be seen as a disappointing campaign. So 3 points against 2 former champions. Nagoya Grampus, just the 1 title for them in 2010. And then they travel to Hasegawa's former side, Gamba Osaka, should they not get the job done today. But the J1 title is in Vissel Kobe's own hands. And Nagoya Grampus, at the moment, dramatically out of form. They arrive having won just 3 of their last 15 in all competitions. A run that has seen them exit both cups in the latter stages and slip out of the title race. So here we go then. Champions League qualification is assured already for Vissel Kobe. Can they finally achieve what's been the long-term goal of an ambitious club and lift what would only be their 2nd major trophy? Will November the 25th, 2023 be forever etched into the folklore of this club? We should have the answer in the next 90 minutes. Early throw for Vissel Kobe. Sasaki, who's switched out to a wide midfield position. He's played in the centre for most of the season, but he is a midfielder who loves to get forward and get amongst creating and scoring goals. He's been one of the standouts, along with Muto and Osako this season for Vissel Kobe. Had their slips in form this season. At times you wondered whether they would have the know-how to get across the line, but when it's really mattered, they have delivered in victories at Yokohama F. Marinos, and then last time out at the Asian champions, Urawa Reds. Here's Kubo. Izumi. A slim chance of getting above Urawa Reds and into that 3rd place. 3 points is the gap, with 6 available for Nagoya Grampus. Here's Kubo. They simply have to win their remaining 2 games and hope for the best. They face Kashiwa Reysol, the Emperor's Cup finalists, in their final game at home next week. Nagoya Grampus. Here's Kubo. Now Muto. I would expect a quick, strong start from the home side. It's Ide. On by Hatsuze. Sakai happy to see it out for a throw. To Mateus Tula, the only non-Japanese player of the Vissel starting 11, the Brazilian centre-back. Nemoto to Junker, all the way through to Daya Maikawa. Here's Tula. In favour in recent weeks, the Brazilian, having fell out of favour for a bit. Switch wide to Yoshinori Muto. Kubo across. Honda back to Tula. Sasaki. Good exchange of passes with Hatsuze. Yuki Honda. Muto. Later on was a good one by Sakai in towards Sasaki. Sakai again. Touch back to Yamakawa. Gihara. Grampus with plenty of bodies back. Here's Sasake faced by Fuji. Now Ide to Yuki Honda. Plenty of early possession from Vissel Kobe. Nagoya Grampus pretty adept defensively. This back three works well for them generally. Yamakawa. It's going to be a big test though today against one of the top scorers in the top flight, 57 goals, just 5 shy of Yokohama F. Marinos. Defensively though, Vissel Kobe have been better, and that is where the title may ultimately be won. Botaku Sakai, one of those experienced heads that Vissel Kobe will be looking to this afternoon. 32-year-old with 42 caps for Japan. A good career in Germany for nearly 10 years. Dangerous ball into the box. Maikawa off his line, got something on it. Tula clears it away. Nervy defending though from Vissel Kobe. Here's Morishita. Vissel Kobe back in possession. Fuji winning the header. Gihara helping it out wide. Sasaki. Sakai and Gihara likely to sit much more than when Sasaki plays in that central role for Vissel Kobe. Being wide enables him to get forward and join the attacks much more without worrying about the defensive responsibilities as much. 14 points is the gap between these two. Nagoya Grampus, a club that knows all about winning that first J-League title. Wonderful scenes in Nagoya back in 2010 as it was now under Dragan Stojkovic when they ended their long wait to be Japanese champions. Something that even Arsene Wenger couldn't achieve with the club. Dragan Stojkovic did so. Takayuki Yoshida looking to do the same with Vissel Kobe, whose only major success, remember, was the Emperor's Cup win in 2019. Honda with the throw. Muto with the flick on. Siko with the head down. Hatsuze whips the ball in. Hatsuze, it was a good delivery. He's an attacking fullback in every sense of the word, Ryo Hatsuze. A real threat from that right-hand side. Langarak to take the free kick, the 35-year-old Australian international. Spells with Stuttgart and Dortmund. Kept a record 18 clean sheets in the 2021 J-League campaign. Also set another record that season of going 823 minutes without conceding. Just shy of 10 games. Kubo's throw. Juncker switches the play out to Morishita. Away by Sakai. Too happy to see it back to the goalkeeper. It was a massive bonus for Vissel Kobe. Yokohama F. Marinos' draw with Albirex Niigata. A match they were expected to win against a side in the bottom half of the table. They got a bit unfortunate with a penalty call that could have gone their way. Here's Juncker, helps it on one more. Sho Inagaki, the captain of Nagoya Grampus, the furthest player forwards. Would have been onside as well. Just couldn't control the ball in his stride, and Yuki Honda did enough to put him off. Good little flick though from Kasper Juncker. A player who's actually on loan with Nagoya Grampus from the Asian champions, Urawa Reds. Juncker. I wonder if he may return next season. It's been the lack of a really on-song centre forward that has cost Urawa Reds this season. Mangarak with the punch away. Muto's header. Muto again under pressure from Kubo. Throw for Vissel Kobe. With it. 66 appearances for Nagoya Grampus, having come through their youth ranks. Yuki Honda before leaving the club. Joined Vissel Kobe via Kyoto Sanga, where he spent 7 years, making over 200 appearances. His first season with the club could well end with his first league title. Kihara's header. Osako helps it on one more, they're in behind! Oh, it's a beautiful goal! Haruya Ide and Vissel Kobe are up and running. What a finish! And look at the reaction amongst the supporters. Haruya Ide as the league leaders edging towards that league title. Sakai winning the initial header, Osako with the ball through. And although Sasaki is in an offside position, Ide looks very much on, and tell you what, that was a much better finish than you would initially think. The ball sat up, but he controlled it beautifully to touch it off the inside of the post. Just his second goal of the season. Player who joined from Tokyo Verdy at the start of the campaign. Scored in the 3-1 win here against Kashima Antlers last month. But this goal could be a whole lot more important for Takayuki Yoshida's side. And that's certainly the settler they needed in the opening quarter of an hour. Haruya Ide, 12 minutes gone. Vissel Kobe 1, Nagoya Grampus 0. If it finishes like this, Vissel Kobe will be champions with a game to spare. Nakaki with the header. Tula with the foot in. Muto with the touchdown to Ide, the goal scorer. Lovely touch from Osako, who's been making the headlines this season for his goal scoring. It was a beautiful bit of assisting on this occasion. Sasaki, Osako fires it across, it's 2-0! What a start! Osako again, and this time it's Yoshinori Muto who touches in 2 goals in less than 90 seconds. And the NOEVIR Stadium is rocking as the heads drop in Yokohama. The F. Marinos fans watching on will have that sinking feeling that their reign as champions is surely coming to an end. Sasaki to Osako, and just drilled that ball across the 6-yard box, and there was Muto on hand to touch in his 10th goal of the season. And it is Vissel Kobe 2, Nagoya Grampus 0. Nagoya Grampus' usually reasonably solid defence has been cut apart in a quick-fire double for Vissel Kobe. Two-0 to the league leaders. And that title is moving ever closer. Here's Kubo. What a start from Vissel Kobe, the most perfect of starts on what could have been a really nerve-jangly, nail-biting kind of afternoon for them. But none of that at the moment. Here's Sasaki. That's the way it's supposed to be, isn't it, when you win your first title? They're making short work of it here, Vissel Kobe. Yokohama F. Marinos will think back to that spell in July and August where Vissel Kobe really did struggle. The defending champions, though, unable to take advantage of that drop in form. Here's Izumi. 4 of the last 5, Vissel Kobe. For a 5th win in 6 that would be decisive. Here's Fuji, though. Is there a response from Nagoya Grampus? It's Yuya Osako who's down for Vissel Kobe. Speller was talking about they won just 1 of 5 games in July and August, taking 6 points from a possible 15. Points there that Yokohama F. Marinos will really regret not taking. Osako back on his feet. Relieved applause all around the stadium. He was on the score sheet in that 2-2 draw in Nagoya back in May. Osako he scored in the last 2 games and 3 goals in his last 4 games, 2 of them from the penalty spot. Just shows how things can change so quickly in this league. They had a disastrous league campaign last season, Vissel Kobe finishing 13th. They were 15 points adrift of the top 3. Only 4 points clear of the bottom 3, where they had a bit of a relegation fight for most of the season. They were rock bottom for a while. The calendar on a year, though, and things very, very different for Vissel Kobe. Here's Sasaki. Gihara made the run from midfield, made the wrong choice there, though, Sasaki, and Nagoya Grampus have it with Marishita. By Ide, who scored that crucial opening goal. Sasaki has Hatsuze outside him. Hatsuze with the cross in, too high for Muto. Muto has now scored in both games against Nagoya Grampus in J1 this season. Figures now for the campaign for him. There he spent 3 years playing in England for Newcastle United, 25 appearances in the northeast of England. Nogami looking to switch the play up. Sasaki with the header out for the Nagoya Grampus throw. There's Nogami. Really, that Andres Iniesta was brought to Vissel Kobe to help them win their first J-League title. Never achieved that. He was instrumental in the Emperor's Cup win in 2019. looks as though they're going to win it. In the season he left the club, his contract was up in July, the Spaniard. Fuji, the player caught there by Haruya Ide. Yuki Nogami. Header won by Sakai. Kubo. Touched into the penalty area. Foot in though by Tula on Izumi. A bit of a masterstroke playing Gotoku Sakai in that central midfield role for Takayuki Yoshida. Such a terrific player though, he's pretty comfortable wherever he plays. Left back, right back, and now in the centre of that Vissel Kobe midfield alongside Ogihara. Nagai was the intended target, didn't make the run though for Ryoyo Morishita's through ball. Some real quality in this side as well, Nagoya Grampus. They've just lost their way terribly in recent weeks. Losses in the Emperor's Cup quarter-finals and the J.League Cup semi-finals. The season of new names on trophies in Japan. Avispa Fukuoka winning the Louvain League Cup for the first time in their history. Can Vissel Kobe be the 11th different club to win the J-League title since the professional era began in Japan in 1993? They would be the first new name since 2017 when Kawasaki Frontale won the first of their 4 titles. I'd certainly love it if they could follow in Kawasaki Frontale's footsteps of winning a title and then being pretty much dominant for the next 5 years. Here's Juncker. Poor season this time around though for Kawasaki Frontale, currently in mid-table. Morishita in behind towards the run of Inagaki. Sakai puts it behind. Two signs that Nagoya Grampus are beginning to settle into the game now. They make an early change already. And Toriho Kubo, the right wing back who has got into the side recently, replaced by Tsukasa Morishima. Taken short. Deep delivery, punched by Maikawa, not the most convincing. Juncker couldn't control it though. And Sasaki was there to take the ball away for Vissel Kobe. For a long time as though it was going to be a potential 4 or even 5-way fight for this title right to the end of the season. Nagoya Grampus were very much amongst those clubs. Vissel Kobe and Yokohama F. Marinos have been the more consistent, and the two of them opened up a 10-point gap to Arao Reds in third. Morishita, it's a good ball across, and Izumi unable to keep the shot down or on target. Work between Morishima and the substitute Morishita to set up the half chance. Sakai. Ida under pressure from Marishima. It was late on Muto from Marishita. It's a poor challenge. It's from behind, the ball had gone. Extremely fortunate, Ryoyo Marishita, not to see yellow for that. He's got a talking to now from the referee, apologises for the second time. Who is more comfortable on the right, but started the game on the left side, Marishita. Honda. Sako got a little flick on that. Sasaki back to Hatsuze. And Fuji. Sasaki's gone down under the challenge. And it is a free kick for Vissel Kobe. And now the yellow card is going to come out. Near the ball. Doesn't seem to get too much of Sasaki either, but it's always going to be a yellow card once the foul was given. Nagaki, the captain of Nagoya Grampus, ensures that his season will end early. Six in there for Vissel Kobe. It's a nicely worked free kick, and Osako just getting a toe end to that. Let's touch off the Nagoya Grampus defender. It is a corner. It's a real mix of faces amongst the Vissel Kobe supporters, those of overriding joy, others of stunned disbelief that it's actually going to happen. Not a done deal just yet, though. Gihara going short with the corner to Hatsuze. Sasaki. There's been some big title collapses over the years in the J-League. This would certainly trump a lot of them if they were to blow it from here. Would do it, of course. They'd love to do it in front of their own fans, but they still have a trip to another out-of-form team, Gamba Osaka, who are down in 14th, to seal the deal if they don't do it today. There's Nogami. Nothing quite like winning it at home, though, especially the first one. Izumi. Inagaki. Inagaki, who did score in a league win against Vissel Kobe, a 2-0 victory in February last season. Beating Vissel Kobe last season was a very different job to this campaign, though. They won just 11 matches and lost 16 of their 34 games last season, Vissel Kobe. And now Sasaki's in, a chance to make it 3! And he can't take it. Well, that surely would have wrapped it up. And it would have been party time for the rest of the afternoon had they taken a 3-goal lead. You would have backed Daiju Sasaki to score from there. Midfielder with 7 goals this season, a poor piece of control by Nakatani. And in the end, Sasaki putting the shot wide. That was a poor finish from a player of his calibre. Was the standout in the 3-1 win against Kashima Antlers here last month, scoring 2 goals. He's actually registered 3 goals in his last 5 games, including the winner and the 1-0 win here against Cerezo Osaka. He's a man in form in front of goal, Sasaki. Here's Junker though at the other end in behind, and Junker pulls one back for Nagoya Grampus. And there in an instant is how things can change in a title race. Sasaki at the other end, the chance to make it 3-0 and surely put the match beyond doubt. And then in the blink of an eye, Kasper Junker scores his 15th goal of the season. And from nowhere, Nagoya Grampus are right back in this contest. Vissel Kobe 2, Nagoya Grampus 1. Kept his nerve really well, Junker. And then just got his toe to it to flick it past Daya Maikawa. Goal number 15 for the former Danish under-21 international. Knows how to win a title. He helped Bodo Glimt in his 1 year there, claimed the Norwegian elite Syrian crown. But hold on a minute, VAR taking a look at a potential handball here from Junker. Shrug of the shoulders from Kenta Ezegawa, as if to say, well, this is just typical of the way things have been going for us at the moment. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't touch the arm, there's no handball there. And the goal will stand. Deserves to as well. It was a brilliantly taken goal by Junker. It was terrific centre-forward play. What a terrific first half we've had. Vissel Kobe, 2 up inside 14 minutes. A wonderful chance to make it 3-0. Surely put the game beyond Nagoya Grampus, but not now. It's right back in the balance. And that miss from Daiju Sasaki feels a whole lot worse now that Junker has scored at the other end. Yokohama F. Marinos and their supporters have some hope again. Yohatsuze over this for Vissel Kobe. Getting half an hour has absolutely flown by. Junker with the header away. Now Ide. It's a ball forwards. It's never easy to win a title. Generally, as a supporter of any club, you have to suffer a bit to enjoy the ultimate successes. Goal back by Junker could cue a bit of that suffering for the Vissel Kobe supporters. Here's Nogami. Hiroshima. Nogami. Some uncharacteristic defensive errors from Nagoya Grampus. The biggest error of all from Nakatani, the centre of the 3 centre-backs, they got away with. There's that Sasaki miss, the miss that changes the game, and who knows, the destination of the title. Honda over this. There can be such small margins at this level. He's still holding his ribs there, Sasaki. He suggested he took a knock on his way through to goal. Goes header, Sasaki. Hatsuze. It's possession. For a second as though the ball had stayed in on that far side, but not so. Hatsuze with it to Sasaki. From the challenge of Morishima. It's been a real mix-up in that midfield. Morishima has come on and gone to the left. Morishita switched to the right. And Izumi looks as though he's gone out to play in the left wing-back role from a central position. He's still holding those ribs, Sasaki. 10 minutes to get through to half-time and potentially get them looked at. There didn't look much in it, actually. I wondered if initially, when he stayed down, whether he was just trying to deflect a bit from the miss, but not sure he is, in fairness to him. Here's Muto. Osako. Katani barges him over, and it's a free kick for Vissel Kobe. 5 caps for Japan. Shinosuke Nakatani, 27-year-old who joined from Kashiwa Reysol in 2018. He's a former club who knocked Nagoya Grampus out of the Emperor's Cup this season and have gone on to reach the final. They will face Kawasaki Frontale, who may yet end the season with a trophy despite having a really poor league season. Remember, whoever wins the Emperor's Cup does get the 3rd place in the Asian Champions League. Here's Tula. Maikawa. Free kick quickly taken. Osaka. Ide. Osako out towards Sasaki. Izumi getting the header. Flicked on by Nogami. Now Junker looking to get in behind here. Yamakawa across to meet him. And it was a poor ball back in from Junker to Morishima. Suze clears it away. Katani's header. Nogami. His first season with Nagoya Grampus, Yuki Nogami, joined from Sanfrecce Hiroshima, where he won the League Cup last season. Muto. Wasn't the best tackle from behind by Nogami, the referee in the game to flow though. Izumi. Muto with a bit of space. Teammates ahead of him though. He's a bit restricted for options there. Ide. Nogami helped out by Morishita. Inagaki, the Nagoya Grampus captain, picks out Morishima. He's been lively actually since coming on, the substitute Morishima. That midfield shake-up has worked pretty well for Kenta Hasegawa's side. Izumi. Nemoto. Nogami. Morishita swings the cross in, too high for Junker. Away by Sasaki, on again by Sakai to Osako. And now Sasaki to Sakai, who carries the counter-attack forwards. Muto looking to get in behind. And Langerak just about got there for Nagoya Grampus. Marishta. Better spell in the game for Nagoya Grampus, but Vissel Kobe, the league leaders, still looking a threat on the counter, but here come Nagoya at the other end. And that's over the top from Kensuke Nagai. One of those awkward ones that looked as though it could just drop in behind Maikawa, but kept his eye on it and kept it covered. Kensuke Nagai, who's 34 now, a Japanese international with 3 international goals in 12 caps. Leading with 4 goals this season. 3 goals from 5 attempts on target. Katani's header. Nagai. Ida. Osako. Sakai. Vissel Kobe trying to regain control of this game. Fuji wins the header over Sasaki. Flag up against Sakai. Here's Nogami. Space in behind now for Marishta. Got onto the ball, gets away from Honda, pulls it back. Oh, and somehow Juncker fails to score. Wonderful defending on the goal line. That looked for all the world as though it was about to be 2-2. Fabulous play from Ryoyo Marishta to get the better of Yuki Honda, the left back. And having done all the hard work, Kasper Juncker unable to finish it off. And that is fantastic defending from Tetsushi Yamakawa. Back there on the goal line. Here's Izumi. Swings across it again, and the header just past the post. And they are living ever more dangerously here, Vissel Kobe. And Nagoya Grampus inches away on a couple of occasions now from going in at half-time level, having been 2 down inside the opening 14 minutes. Shinosuke Nakatani with that header past the post, the centre-back. They've shown enough in this first half, Nagoya Grampus, to suggest that they are not just here to make up the numbers. By Maikawa. To the break. Here's Marishta. Nogami. So Kobe pressing further forward now. It's good pressing from Muto and Ide, but it's a goal kick for Nagoya Grampus. I think he'll be glad to hear the half-time whistle now. Takayuki Yoshida. As though it was going to be a very straightforward afternoon, the way they started the game, Vissel Kobe, but Nagoya Grampus may be struggling at the moment, but they have quality in their ranks. They have pride, and they do have a outside shot, remember, of finishing in the top 3. Juncker. There's nothing like playing the role of party pooper to get you going as well. Nemoto. Trying to to stop your opposition winning the title is certainly incentive enough. Morishita couldn't get on the end of it. Certainly putting one or two things together now, and the tactical change that Kenta Hasegawa made after the second goal has made a big difference to Nagoya Grampus, and those travelling supporters can see and appreciate that as well. Back into the game with that Junker goal. Junker again denied by that wonderful piece of defending by Yamakuwa on the goal line. And then Nakatani's header just past the post. Two big chances to level up the game. Junker. By Maikawa towards Muto, who's the furthest forwards. Sakai leaving it for Agihara. Forward by Honda. He was bamboozled by that bit of wonderful skill from Ryoyo Morishita. 3 minutes to be added on of what has been a very watchable opening 45 minutes. Muto to Honda. Seemed to be fouled there by Morishita. Very happy to wave play on. There certainly wasn't much contact with the ball, and plenty with Honda's thigh. Tula's header. Osako. Sasaki had made the run. Ide couldn't pick up the loose ball, and now it's back with Langerak. Sakai's header, switched out by Yonemoto. Ball by Izumi. Former Kashima Antlers player Izumi, who began his career with Nagoya Grampus but returned after 3 years with Kashima Antlers. One matter there you could see in the background. It's amongst the substitutes today for Vissel Kobe. He's played just 10 minutes so far since joining the club from Galatasaray in September. And his debut was the last 10 minutes of a 2-0 defeat to Sanfrecce Hiroshima, which was the last defeat that Vissel Kobe have suffered. They've won 4 and drawn 1 of 5 since then. Yonemoto. Carried the ball well. Morishita, who lost out. He's claiming a handball. I think it's a throw anyway to Nagoya Grampus. Sakai. Nagoya Grampus ball again. If they were to snatch an equaliser, Vissel Kobe would go into the final day of the season 2 points ahead of Yokohama F. Mariners. Is the end of what's been a very engaging first half. It looked as though Vissel Kobe were going to stroll their way to their first league title when goals from Ide on 12 minutes and then Muto 90 seconds later put Vissel Kobe in control inside 14 minutes and 2 goals up. But a tactical switch from Kenta Hasegawa, bringing on Morishima and switching around the midfield. Saw Kasper Junker pull a goal back for Nagoya Grampus, who themselves have had big chances to level. But at the moment, Vissel Kobe minds will be casting back to that Deju Sasaki chance through one-on-one with the goalkeeper. A chance to make it 3-0, didn't take it. and then seconds later, Juncker pulled the goal back to Nagoya Grampus. That keeps this title race very much in the balance. Vissel Kobe 2, Nagoya Grampus 1 at half-time. Welcome back to the NOEVIR Stadium, where Vissel Kobe lead Nagoya Grampus by 2-1. It was looking as though it would be a comfortable afternoon when they raced into a 2-goal advantage, but Kasper Juncker has put this title race back in the mix. And remember, if Nagoya Grampus were to equalise and this game finish in a draw, the title race would go to the final day of the season. As it stands though, Vissel Kobe, and this group of players are 45 minutes away from history. The second major title, the champions of Japan for the very first time. Can they see it out? Nagoya Grampus have shown with their first half performance that they're certainly not going to lie down. Had chances to level the game. And the big question at the end of the game is how crucial will that miss be from Dayu Sasaki, who was through one-on-one just seconds before Kasper Juncker pulled that goal back for Nagoya Grampus. So the second half is underway, the final 45 minutes of this season at the NOEVIR Stadium. Vissel Kobe's campaign finishing away in Osaka. They would love to have the trophy tucked under their arm by the time they visit the former champions. Osaka over the top towards Sasaki. Doesn't look as though either coach have made any changes for the second half. Kenta Hasegawa made a key change though, not long after the second Vissel Kobe goal, putting off Torio Kubo, who'd been in favour in recent weeks, having struggled to break into the side since his move to Nagoya Grampus in the off-season. It's Izumi, it's not too far away. Marishima was brought on, he's added a bit of craft to the midfield. Izumi switched to the left side and Marishita switched from left to right. And there is a better balance about the Nagoya Grampus team since that move. Took over in 2022, the coaches of these sides both in their second seasons with their respective clubs. Grampus finished 8th last season above Vissel Kobe. Izumi with the throw. Touch back by Marishima. Marishima again. Nakatani. Space on the far side for Marishita. He delivers a better ball than that. It was a bit high on this occasion. Nemoto. Muto. Just held up by Marishita. Nagaki. Marishima. Space now for Marishita. It's too close to the goalkeeper this time. He doesn't hang around in delivering the ball in as Ryoyo Marishita. Piece of work from the goalkeeper with his feet, Maikawa. The team's giving possession away rather cheaply at the moment. Izumi. Sasaki did well to ride the challenge, and he wanted the advantage rather than the free kick. He's still struggling with his ribs, is Dayu Sasaki. That's where he was caught there by the trailing arm of Nakatani. doesn't seem much in it, does there? But he's obviously caught him in a way that has hurt the ribs. You won't want to lose him for the remainder of this game. It does look as though he's struggling. Could turn out to be the central figure of this match in an unusually negative way. Sasaki, he is coming off. Missed that big chance. Picked up an injury. He's going to be a big loss. And he's being replaced by Jean-Patrick, the Brazilian, who usually operates on the left side. So it'll be interesting to see if Muto switches to the right. Does look as though that is the case. Muto has come to this near side, and Jean-Patrick, the Brazilian, will go across to the left. He's played his part this season since joining from Cerezo Osaka. 3 goals in 25 appearances, but most of those appearances have come from the bench. He started only 4 games. Fuji. Inagaki. Clearly they tried a bit of treatment on Sasaki during the break, and he gave it a go in this second half, but unable to carry on. Nakatani. Oh, slipped by Tula. He was fortunate that Honda was behind him covering. Michael clears. His header down. It was wasted by Juncker. Kensuke Nagai, the intended target. He's had an awful run actually, Nagai. 4 goals this season. Scored in the 2-2 draw at home to Yokohama F. Marinos in July, which is his only goal in the last 33 games in all competitions. Having scored 5 goals in his opening 8 matches this season. It's been a real barren spell from Kensuke Nagai. He had that half chance in the first half, which he lobbed over the top. Osako. So he brings it away, but gives the ball straight to Hatsuze. Honda. Osako. She had to really have a sight of the Nagoya Grampus goal, but assisted in both of the Vissel Kobe goals for Ide and Muto. Here is Muto. Oh, the free kick's given. I think the assistant flagged somewhat belatedly. Not sure Muto agrees. Years playing in Europe, 3 for Mainz in Germany, and the 3 I was talking about at Newcastle. Loan spell with Eibar in Spain as well. Honda. Sakai wasn't even looking. Honda threw him the ball. They were fortunate it went all the way through to Yamakawa. Coming short for Hatsuze. Closed down by Izumi. Izumi getting there ahead of Hatsuze, feeding Fuji. Turned away well from Muto. Marishima. Inagaki was caught late by Haruya Ide, who was the first Vissel Kobe player into the book. It's a poor challenge. on his feet though. He's only played once for Japan in Agaki, but has 2 goals. He scored a double in a 14-0 win against Mongolia in the qualifiers for the 2022 World Cup. Some international debut that, but hasn't featured since, the 31-year-olds. Nogami. That's a free kick for Vissel Kobe. Nagoya Ide on the end of it this time from Yuki Nogami. It's a painful one that to be on the end of. Put full on in the back of the head from Nogami. Well, they've edged 10 minutes closer. It remains at 2-1. Vissel Kobe look as though they are preparing another change. Yamato's header, Sakai. Izumi. Flick on again. Sakai toes it towards Hatsuze. Tula forwards. Yamakawa as well. Fabulous scenes behind that Nagoya Grampus goal to your right. Trying to will their club across the line. Deep one from Hatsuze, the header back into the danger zone towards Osako, but he couldn't clip it across the face of goal from Muto's header. Ide is going to make way, the scorer of the first goal after 12 minutes. Lovely touch that from Osako, but what about the finish? Controlled with the instep, just guiding it inside the post. Hotaru Yamaguchi comes on.
Vissel Kobe 選手の交代を知らせます。入江晴也選手に代わりまして山口穂選手がいます。
Who's just too shy of 50 for Japan in terms of international caps, the 33-year-old. Signed in 2019. The Emperor's Cup and the J.LEAGUE Cup with Cerezo Osaka, Yamaguchi. Veteran of 2 World Cups in 2014 and 2018. Can he help Vissel Kobe get across the line in the next half an hour or so? Takes over the armband. Nogami to win the ball. Jean-Patrick across. Nogami gets caught by the Brazilian and wins the free kick. Osako. Jean-Patrick has got the pace. Nogami knew he had to get something on it and did just that. A 5-yard head start there on the Brazilian. Nogami. Jean-Patrick almost got there. Scored for 5 games, Jean-Patrick, since scoring in successive games against Roasu Kumamoto in the Emperor's Cup, and then the 2-1 win here against Koyota Sanga in J1. Suze's delivery. Tula with the head on. Patrick trying to get on the end of it. The header away by Nakatani. Here's Hatsuze. Trying to make space for the delivery, but it was well blocked by Yonemoto. It's been conspicuously quiet so far, Yuya Osako, in terms of chances in front of goal. He certainly played his part with those 2 assists in the first half. Will they be enough, though? Haven't really threatened a third goal since that big chance for Sasaki. Vissel Kobe. Nagoya Grampus have had the better chances since. But it remains at 2-1. Honda, plenty of height on that. Osako with the header back. Sakai back in towards Osako. That will be the goalkeepers, just about. Lack of communication there with Haruya Fuji from Mitchell Langerak. Sasaki wins the ball back. Here's Osako. Still going, Osako clips it back across. Muto's header. And Nagoya Grampus keep it out. Certainly a chance. And again, another uncharacteristic defensive lapse from Nagoya Grampus. Fuji's header, done by Izumi. Running into space, clipped into the danger zone, and Maikama got there. Came off his shoulder in the end. Not the most convincing piece of goalkeeping from Daya Maikawa. Oh, that was left short as well. Here's Sakai. Sliding challenge from Fuji. Good work from Gotoku Sakai. I'll tell you what, there wasn't a great deal on the ball there from Fuji, and a whole lot of Sakai in that sliding challenge. To get on to be part of potential title celebrations. Suze's corner is headed away. Now the counter could be on here. Izumi has it for Nagoya Grampus. It's Nagai. Sakai back covering. Izumi again. White shirts forward here. Morishima. Yamamoto to Fuji. Vissel Kobe back and organised now. Here's Morishima. Away by Morishita this time. Stayed in play, but Tula should get there. Spin on the ball made it slightly more awkward for the Brazilian centre-back than it initially looked as though it was going to be. He's won a major trophy in his career, Matheus Tula. He was part of the Flamengo squad that won the Copa Libertadores in 2019. He was an unused substitute in the final. Honda's throw. Nogami's header. Marishima. A dip in the atmosphere here as those supporters take stock of what's to come. Nagai with the cross in. Maikawa just about tipping it away. And a foul on Jean-Patrick. And a yellow card. Marishita. Joining Inagaki in the book for Nagoya Grampus. Teasing ball in though from Kensuke Nagai. Maikawa just doing enough. Maikawa, by the way, who made his Japanese international debut in the last international break, played in the 5-0 win against Myanmar. He was initially called up back in 2021. But didn't get on the field until last week. So Yonemoto and Inagaki off. Yamada and Maeda on. So both the central midfielders switched out. Jean-Patrick. Hatsuze with the delivery. Nogami with the header away. Honda. Patrick showing that pace again. He's whistled out of it. No foul, says the referee. Katani clears. Tula's header. By Sakai. Osaka. Now Muto. It's Hatsuze. Lifts it to the back post, it's set up perfectly and it's over the top from Osako. Well, now he has had a sight of the Nagoya Grampus goal. He's holding his mid-drift now. Neat build-up by Vissel Kobe. Hatsuze always available. Took it well on the chest, but then just got away from him. Fuji did enough to put him off and make him snatch at the finish. It's Maeda. Maeda has done well. It's a terrible ball into the centre. Juncker had pulled away from his marker. Naoki Maeda has just come on. A naturally right-sided midfielder, Maeda. And he returned from a loan in August from 2 years in the Eredivisie with Utrecht. He did struggle for regular games, featured just 12 times in the Dutch top flight. Katani's header. Back by Ogihara. Marishima. Hatsuze. Fuji. It's getting closer for Vissel Kobe. 20 minutes or so to go, plus stoppage time. Nagai. There's Nogami. Now Marishima. Izumi. Must be standing still for the Vissel Kobe supporters at the moment. Love the cushion of another goal. Because remember, if Nagoya Grampus do score, it will go to the final day of the season. Marishima. Here's Nakatani. Cleared away by Tula. There's Nakatani. Off the heel of Hatsuze and picked up by Izumi. Takes on Sakai, wins the free kick. See why Sakai is so effective in that position on the right side of the centre of the midfield, because he doubles up with Hatsuze. Izumi found himself there up against two natural fullbacks. He's done well to win the free kick. This spells danger for Vissel Kobe. Kasa Marishima. Over this free kick, he may just fancy it. Wasn't the best delivery though. Played back in by Yamada. Maguchi did well, and here's Muto. They've got four forward here, and that's terrific defending. Muto knew exactly where he wanted to play it, into the space behind the defence, but Ryoyo Marishita covered brilliantly and got a crucial block in. Muto has taken a knock. Suze with the throw. Vissel Kobe, remember, have won their last three at home since being held here 1-1 by Kashiwa Reysol. There's Yamaguchi who hits it straight at Langerak. Set up for the shot, and why not? 4 goals this season from midfield from the veteran. Here's Marishima. Nakatani. Nogami. Here pretty much all but ends any lingering hopes of Asian club football next season for Nagoya Grampus. Club have qualified for the AFC Champions League 4 times, reached the semi-finals in 2009, most recently the quarter-finals in 2021. So Kobe will play an Asian club competition for just the 3rd time next season. Pretty well on their previous 2, quarter-finalists and semi-finalists. Losing to Korean opposition both times. Give them another focus next season. Whether it's defending this title, which at the moment is looking likely. Sakai. Gihara. Now Jean-Patrick is in behind. Could this be the moment? He's blazed it over the top with Osako open in the centre. It's another big miss for Vissel Kobe, with the opportunity to score that 3rd and surely decisive goal. Did so well to get in behind Jean-Patrick, but you can't blame him for taking it on. But had he rolled it across the 6-yard box, Osako would surely have scored. And it remains Vissel Kobe 2, Nagoya Grampus won. Now they have that Jean-Patrick chance to go alongside the Daiju Sasako one from the first half. There's been plenty of Yokohama F. Marinos fans watching this game in hope that Nagoya Grampus can do them a favour. They still potentially might. Marishima. Yamada. Good block by Muto, but whistle goes. Referee spotting a handball in there. Nogami. Fuji. That's a good ball. First time by Nagoya, it's off the crossbar. Goodness me, what a let-off, it's not over yet. Yamada fires it back in. Here's Izumi. Taking on Hatsuzo, gets the block in. And the last touch was off Izumi. And it's a goal kick for Vissel Kobe, and the NOEVIR Stadium can breathe again. It's a lovely ball into the space, and Kensuke Nagai with a terrific delivery first time. Took the goalkeeper completely out of the equation. What a chance for Naoki Maeda. Inches away from levelling, potentially taking the title race to the last day. Marishima. Marishita. Tula across. Hacked away by Honda. Yamada. All eyes on the clock for Vissel Kobe. Still plenty of time for a twist or two here. Yamada. Gathered by Maikawa. Years now since their only league title, Nagoya Grampus. Club who have won the League Cup and 2 Emperor's Cups. Completed the domestic set with that League Cup win in 2021, their last major trophy. Indeed, their only major trophy since becoming champions. Taken for Nagoya Grampus. Oh, they're appealing for handball there against Tula. The whistle has gone and the free kick has gone the other way. Kensuke Nagai is convinced. I wonder if they'll be taking a look at that in the VAR room. You imagine they would be. That's not the incident, that's the foul by Nagai on Tula. Oh, it looks chest, doesn't it? Difficult to see from behind. I think he moves the arm out of the way, and it was a combination of shoulder and chest, so it's okay there, Tula. Nervy moment though, especially when you're aware that VAR is watching. So 24, Matheus Tula, former Brazilian under-20 international. Scored in the crucial 2-1 win away to Arawa Reds in the last game. Kensuke Nagai makes way. And is replaced by Taika Nakashima. Just 21, Nakashima. He's started just the one match this season. Brought here on loan from Consadole Sapporo. Osako made a bit of space for himself. Decided against taking the shot. Here's Sakai into the last 10 minutes of the regulation 90. Honda up by Nakashima, the substitute. Hatsuze is going to make way for Vissel Kobe, replaced by Nanazai Ino. 19th appearance of the season for Ino. Started just 4 games. The club in 2022 from Sagan Tozu, but has found Hatsuze in his way in terms of a regular start at right back. Honda with the throw for Vissel Kobe. Away by Yamada. Touch initially by Maeda, but recovered well. It's out of play off Jean-Patrick. It's a throw for Nagoya Grampus. Yamada. Marishima. Here's Izumi. Away from Ino. Fuji into Nakatani. Here's Nogami. Decided not to play it to Nogami instead. Switching it back towards Marishima. Sakai will get there. It's great awareness and experience from Sakai. He was being pointed back to the goalkeeper by Yamakawa. Yamakawa hadn't noticed the Nagoya Grampus player ghosting in behind him. Checked for himself, Sakai, and kept the ball safe. Marishima. Izumi. Fuji. Nogami plays it forward. Tula clears towards Osako. Nakatani. Marishima. Junker. Maeda. Spreads it out to Marishita. Cross fired in. Header away by Sakai. And now Ino can carry it forwards. Oh, Muto couldn't take the ball in his stride, and Nakatani takes it away. And the clock ticks ever closer. Can they see it out, Vissel Kobe? Or is there to be an almighty sting in the tail here? Yamada. Nakatani to Fuji. Keeping the ball at the moment, Nagoya Grampus. Vissel Kobe trying to get up the field, but just dropping naturally as they try and defend what they have. taking his time over that. Kihara getting a foot to it. Getting a knock on the end of his foot. Prior to this season, their third place in 2021 was their best ever top flight performance. They've bettered that whatever, they are guaranteed to finish second. They are 5 minutes plus stoppages away now from becoming champions. The 11th different club to lift the title in the J-League era. Foot in by Yamada. Now Izumi. Join Urawa Reds, Nagoya Grampus and Kashiwa Reysol as single winners of the J-League top flight. Since professionalism, of course, Urawa Reds have been champions of the old Japan Soccer League in the amateur era. Katani loses the ball, cleared by Yamakawa. Yamada. Fuji. Off the head of Tula. Enough on it to see it through to Maikawa. Defeat here would leave Nagoya Grampus at least 3 points behind Urawa Reds. And that chase for the top three, so hopes ebbing away. Asian club competition, 25,500 almost inside this stadium. Now 3 minutes from witnessing significant history for Vissel Kobe. Juncker, well claimed by Maikawa. They might, they haven't been able to find that equaliser, Nagoya Grampus, although they went mightily close when Naoki Maeda hit the crossbar. Suze's done his bit now, just watches on the bench. They're out by Fuji. As a player, isn't it, to sit and watch? You'd rather be out there. Izumi with the throw. The wait now is becoming seconds rather than minutes. Noguchi with the challenge. Bit of space here though for Morishima. Out to Morishita. Cuts in, whips the ball in, Maikawa punches it away. Morishima picks up the loose ball. Here's Izumi. Sakai hacks it clear. There's an almighty roar now every time Vissel Kobe win possession of the ball or make a clearance. Maeda's done well here though for Nagoya Grampus. Kihara with the initial clearance. And a communication breakdown, and that is a welcome respite for Vissel Kobe because the pressure was beginning to build from Kenta Hasegawa's side. The final minute. All eyes will be on the fourth official. Sakai's throw. Kihara. It's been a long road. They've had their trials and tribulations. The bad patch over the summer. 5 defeats. are so close now. Juncker. Izumi. Too much on it though from the Dane, and all the way through to Maikawa. Takayuki Yoshida rode the storm of the 2022 season. Probably kept in a job by their run to the latter stages of the Champions League. 4 extra minutes to wait for Vissel Kobe. Against Yokohama F. Marinos in the last 16 of the Champions League last season. Perhaps a sign of things to come. They would get the better of them in the J-League as well. Fuji, Tula's header away. It's not done yet though. Nagoya Grampus really pushing for this equalising goal. Morishima, Nakatani to Nogami. Down to Izumi. Here's Yamada. Warriors, they're sitting back a bit too much here. Marishta fired that straight into Jean-Patrick, who goes down. Here's Yamada. On his feet again, the Brazilian. Nogami. Now it goes in. Header away by Sakai. They're getting deeper and deeper here, Vissel Kobe. They need to try and get the ball. Izumi tried to force a way through. Maeda, it fell for him, and then a shot as well by Yamada. Marishta. Nogami. They're playing their way through here, Nagoya Grampus. And it's blocked away, and that is a goal kick. And you can hear in unison a giant exhale from all those supporters around this stadium. They are 2 minutes away. They need to get the ball, they need some possession. It's been a longer wait for some than others, a real mix of ages amongst the Vissel Kobe supporters. In 1966 as the semi-professional Kawasaki Steel Soccer Club. The club moved to Kobe in 1995 and became Vissel Kobe in the Japanese Super League before rising through the ranks to where they are now. And where they are now is just over a minute away from becoming Japan's finest for the very first time. It's a hard watch for supporters of Yokohama F. Marinos. They've had their chances to defend their title this season, but not taken them. Sakai's throw. Osako clips it through. Yamaguchi back in towards Jean-Patrick, blocked away by Langerak, and then Muto fires it into the crowd. They put as much behind that as possible just to buy as much time, as well as try and score. That's out of play. 2 massive wins for Vissel Kobe. The 2-1 win at Yokohama F. Marinos, the match billed as the title decider. It wasn't quite that, but it certainly put Vissel Kobe in the winning position. And then the test away to the Asian champions. They've had to beat the reigning Japanese and Asian champions in the run-in, and they have done it both away from home. And it is here at the NOEVIR Stadium where they wanted to win it most, and they are just seconds away now. Cleared away by Tula. Baying for the final whistle, the supporters. Throw for Vissel Kobe. And history has been made. The 2023 champions of Japan are Vissel Kobe. First time in the club's history they can add the J1 League title to that Emperor's Cup win in 2019. A club that has craved success, a club that has had its struggles, particularly last season domestically, but they kept faith with their coach Takayuki Yoshida, and how he has paid them back. A wonderful moment for these Vissel Kobe players. 3 points from the last 2 games was what was required. They have picked them all up here in a 2-1 victory against Nagoya Grampus. What a start they made with Ide and Muto scoring those 2 quick-fire goals inside the opening quarter of an hour. But when Kasper Juncker pulled one back, it was always likely to be a long afternoon. But they stood firm. They rode their luck at times as well when you consider Maeda's effort against the crossbar. Sporting handshake from Kenta Hasegawa. He knows what this is like, having guided Gamba Osaka to the J-League title. But well done, Takayuki Yoshida. The 46-year-old in his second season in charge of Vissel Kobe has led them to the title that they coveted most. And they can look forward to 2024 and a third Asian Champions League campaign as they try and become the champions of Asia, but they will be in that competition for the very first time as Japanese champions. You can see what it means. Scenes of jubilant celebration and plenty of stunned faces as well around the Vissel Kobe supporters. They're where they have never been before, and that is on top of the pile, and look at that. You can just see the emotion. Fantastic scenes here at the NOEVIR Stadium. Looked as though it might be a stroll after a quarter of an hour or so, but not so. Vissel Kobe were made to battle to the wire for this title by a very game Nagoya Grampus, whose poor run continues. Beaten in the quarter-finals and semi-finals of the 2 domestic cups, and now won't qualify for Asian club competition. But it's Vissel Kobe who are the Japanese champions. They've beaten Nagoya Grampus by 2 goals to 1 and are the 2023 J-League champions.
放送席、そして会場の皆さん、 大迫勇也選手です。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます
悲願の初優勝となりました。今のお気持ちはいかがですか？
このために日本に戻ってきたので最高です。
試合終了の瞬間、スタンド総立ちでした。どんな思いで迎えましたか？
いやもう本当に自分たちを信じて、